Today we've got another tablet comparison, this time the Galaxy Tab S9 FE versus the OnePlus Pad. I feel like there's a couple categories that's gonna make one tablet the obvious choice, but let's go ahead and get started. Normal price for these two tablets are pretty much the same at around $450. I think about $30 more for the OnePlus Pad. They've got the same storage options of 128 gigabytes for the base model, but you only get 6 gigabytes of RAM for the Galaxy Tab versus 8 in the OnePlus Pad. As far as the screen sizes go, the Galaxy Tab has a 10.9-inch LCD display with 90Hz refresh rate at 1440 by 2304 resolution versus a little bit larger 11.61-inch LCD display on the OnePlus Pad with 2000 by 2800 resolution with up to 144 Hz refresh rate. And because of the different aspect ratio, the OnePlus Pad feels quite a bit larger than the Galaxy Tab when you're just holding it in vertical or portrait mode. The shape of the OnePlus Pad is definitely closer to an iPad, where the Galaxy Tab is a little more widescreen, more typical to other Android tablets. Also, when you put these two next to each other, the Galaxy Tab appears to be a tad brighter with slightly better contrast. I don't think you can go wrong with either one, but it may just come down to personal preference on which one has the better screen. The build quality on both are actually pretty nice. The Galaxy Tab hasn't really changed from the last couple of versions. The OnePlus Pad feels a little bit thinner, more rounded on the edges. Sort of reminds me of some of the older iPhones. It definitely feels nice in the hands. Battery life is somewhat similar between these two, but the OnePlus Pad did last about 1 hour longer in my battery drain test at 8 hours versus only 7 for the Galaxy Tab. You should have plenty of power to get you through a day or two with the mixed usage, especially if you turn the screen brightness down. But if you want the tablet with better battery life, you'll want to go with the OnePlus Pad. One advantage for OnePlus is you've got quite a bit faster charging at 65 watts versus 45 watts on the Galaxy Tab. Now, software-wise, these two are going to be a little bit different, although there are some similarities considering they're both on Android 13. You've got the Google Discover newsfeed left of the home screen for both. You even have a similar Edge panel over there on the side with shortcuts for both tablets, where you don't have that on the OnePlus Pad. And one advantage for Samsung is you have Samsung DeX, which definitely makes it feel a little bit more like a regular laptop or desktop operating system. Nice thing is you get the S Pen included with the Galaxy Tab. I believe you can also still get the book cover included as well. And then you have the option of the keyboard or the OnePlus Stylo to be included with the OnePlus Pad. I probably like the S Pen a little bit better. Plus, you have to charge the OnePlus Stylo where you don't need to with the S Pen. One advantage for Samsung is you have a fingerprint scanner right there on the power button, where you don't have a fingerprint scanner on the OnePlus Pad. I do believe you're going to get slightly better software support with Samsung as well. 4 years software, 5-year security updates versus only 3 years software, 4 years security updates with OnePlus. So again, pretty good software on both in my opinion. I do feel like Samsung might win this category just by a slight margin with the software updates and Samsung DeX. Performance-wise, the OnePlus Pad is going to be a little bit faster, as you can see here just by comparing the Geekbench scores, especially the GPU scores. But overall, they both feel fairly fast, just moving around the software and doing some multitasking. But yes, if you want the tablet with better performance, you'll probably want to go with the OnePlus Pad. Now, neither tablet is considered a gaming tablet, but you'll get slightly better game performance and graphics on the OnePlus Pad, although sometimes games would load faster on the Galaxy Tab, but you'll be able to play games like PUBG Mobile and Asphalt 9 fairly smooth on both tablets. And I feel like this is where aspect ratio may come into play, because you're going to see more of the ground and sky in some games on the OnePlus Pad, but it's also going to feel larger, and the Galaxy Tab is just a little easier to handle with its smaller size. When it comes to speakers, the Galaxy Tab sounds pretty good with one speaker on each side, especially if you turn on Dolby Atmos, but the OnePlus Pad has 2 speakers on each side and sounds quite a bit louder with a little better bass, so I'd probably lean towards OnePlus in this category. But here's a quick sample of each just to give you an idea of what they sound like. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. When it comes to cameras, you've got an 8 megapixel on the back of the Galaxy Tab, 12 megapixel on the front, and then sort of the opposite on OnePlus. You've got the higher resolution 13 megapixel on the back, 8 megapixel on the front. Not sure if I'm the biggest fan of how large the camera is on the back of the OnePlus Pad, but it's definitely unique. I feel like camera quality is pretty decent on both of these, but may just be personal preference. Both of these should be good options for Zoom meetings or other video conference calls, but here's a quick sample of each just to give you an idea of what to expect. So hopefully this gave you a little closer look at these two sort of mid-range tablets from Samsung and OnePlus. Considering this was the first tablet from OnePlus, I really like what they're doing. Sometimes it's kind of obvious on which one I would choose, but after using both, I could probably go either way. I know I've got quite a few more tablet and phone comparisons that I'm working on that should help you narrow down some of your options, so you want to keep an eye out for those upcoming videos. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.